In this video, we're going to be looking at transformations, reflections. So the things we need to be able to do is we need to be able to reflect any shape in horizontal lines, in vertical lines, and also in lines that are at 45 degrees to the horizontal. So our first thing that we're going to look at is actually a convention for naming these lines. Now, our naming convention is very simple. Basically, horizontal lines, that's lines that go across, they always are y equals something. And it will always be y equals a number, and the number that it equals is the number that it passes through on the y-axis. So here I've drawn two lines, y equals 2 and y equals -6. Passes through 2, passes through -6. Vertical lines, they're always x equals and a number. So here I've drawn a line, here's x equals -3, and another one, x equals 6, and they're the numbers they pass through. Slightly harder at the 45-degree lines. Now we look at two particular lines that we're interested in. And to draw these out, what we're going to do is we're going to draw points starting at the origin, 0, 0, and we're going to draw a little dot through the corner of each square as we go out from the origin. So if you look here, I'm just putting dots as I'm going out one square at a time, diagonally upwards and downwards. And then I join them up with a straight line. And this is the line y equals x. If we go in the other direction, so the other diagonal, so again, the same scenario, we put dots on every corner of each square as we go out. And we join them up. And this is the line y equals -x. Now these are the two most important lines that we're going to be looking at for reflections. Although you could have 45-degree lines anywhere, these are the two important ones. There are classic lines that we need to recognise. So how does this work? Well, let's look at an example. We're given some points, we've got a plot. We then have to perform some activities, so a few reflections on these on the shapes. So we start off by plotting points. Now we need to remember how to plot the points. Remember, as ever, along the corridor, up the stairs, we plot them in order and join them up with a ruler. And then we label the shape. So in this case, I'm labelling the shape. Now this one says reflect in the x-axis. The x-axis is the one that goes horizontally across. Okay, so there's a yellow line showing where that's going to be. And when I reflect it, basically I take every single point and it stays in line and it goes as far above the yellow line as it was below it. And I go for each of the points and do that one in turn from the other. And then we join up our shape. And we have a reflected image, and I'll call that one shape B. Now it says, let's reflect shape B in the line x equals -2. Now we know x equals lines are vertical lines, so we draw it in, going through -2. And this time we go horizontally, so we count how many light squares are there from each point to the line, and we go the same distance the other side of the line. And we do that for each of the points. And then we join them up. And this one we're going to label shape C. The last one we have to draw the line y equals 1. So y equals 1, horizontal line going through 1 on the y-axis, and now we reflect everything about that line. Now if the point was on the line, it stays there, it doesn't do anything, so we leave that exactly the same. Each of the other points, we do them one after the other one. We count as far below that line as it was above that line. So this was 3 squares above, so it goes 3 squares below. Next one was 2 squares above, so it goes 2 squares below. And we do it similarly for the other point. Joining them up, and we're going to call this one shape D. Slightly harder, this one. So here we're going to reflect the shapes in the line y equals x. So the first thing I'm going to do for the first section is draw the shape out. So plot the points, join them together with the ruler. Now I've got to draw the line y equals x. So as we said before, we put dots on each of the corners going out from the origin. Join them with a ruler, and there's our line y equals x. Now this time, to reflect in that line, we take each point and we go either horizontally and vertically, it doesn't matter which one. We count how many squares up, and as soon as we hit the line, we just change the direction. We go the other way. So here I went 2 up and 2 across. Now I'm going 3 across and 3 up. Okay, now I'm going up until I hit the line, then I go across the same distance. And similarly, with the point at the bottom, I'm going across and then up. Okay, now I could do the last point as well, but I could also use my initiative because I know those ones join together, and by thinking about the shape in the middle, I can see where that has to go. So there's my shape B. Similarly for the next one, we plot the points. Join them up with a straight line. Take one point, we count across, and then we count down. This time I'm going down until I hit the line, then going across the same distance. And the last one, I'm going across till it hits the line and then goes down. You'll notice that I had deleted all my previous workings on there. Now I join them up. And what I should have done to start with, I should have labelled the first one C and the second one is going to be labelled D.